Hey everyone, welcome to Champagne Party. I'm your host, Sparkle.
And what's up, y'all? This is your girl Tamara, aka the Fierce One.
And this is Sophia Elizabeth.
Brought to you by Marcus King Presents on Dash Comedy.
Comedy.
Ooh, let's kind of sync a little bit for that. Ooh.
I like NSYNC.
NSYNC, the actual group NSYNC.
No, I like when we we're twinsies and we're NSYNC.
Do you remember the group NSYNC?
I love
I
NSYNC.
do.
That was
I
my
love-
shit.
They were like
I
Backstreet
was
Boys.
bumping
and
like.
NSYNC.
Right.
What'd you say?
It was like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, right? They were like,
yeah.
Was Justin Timberlake on NSYNC?
Yes, he was.
Who was y'all's favorite NSYNC?
Justin.
Timberlake, hello. Anyway, so what's going on? How you guys been?
Man, we've been amazing. I've been amazing. It's been good, but just mainly working. No play really. But right now I'm on my grind. I like it. It's been good.
No play. What about you, Sophia?
A lot of work. We definitely played. We went out to Philippe's event, Hollywood Live. That shit was lit.
Happy birthday, Bill Bellamy.
Is it his birthday?
Yeah, wasn't that his birthday celebration?
No.
Damn.
I'm about to say, don't let me find out he a Leo.
I was like, wait a minute, what?
What was it? What was the event
It
for?
was just a Bill Bellamy and Friends event. I don't know. I
Oh,
just said,
damn.
hey, I want to throw a fucking event. And he was like,
Yeah, because they were like, it's time for us to bring back like this type of like talent kind of event versus you just in a room full of people that are not talented kind of thing.
Exactly. And it was good.
was
Like,
good.
the singing, like, it was really, I like that vibe. That
Me
vibe was
too.
pretty dope.
Who all was there? Who was there on the show?
Who all was there on the show?
Yeah.
Oh,
was
on
it
the
a show?
lineup?
Yeah.
It was a bunch of people we didn't know, but then Michael Blackson showed up, right?
Michael Blackson, Keith Washington, Shantae Moore, Smokey Robinson was there.
I seen Greg Mathis.
Okay.
Greg Mathis
Shout out to
was
my
there. That's your uncle. He helped you get out, didn't he?
Right? I wanted to go talk to him, but he had a bitch with him, so I was like, then we got distracted by Bill Bellamy because I was trying to make a How to Be a Player Part 2.
I'm not messing
Yeah.
with
Somebody side blocked her ass.
girl,
real
we ain't gonna
quick.
talk about that.
Can I take
What?
a picture?
Oh my
I told
gosh.
you. I told you.
Janaea swooped and fucked it all up because we were trying to get him on the show, and this was like as soon as we walked in, he was right there,
you. Yeah.
and I was about to say like, come on the show, and she was like, selfie, and completely cut me off. And then when we tried to double back and say on the show, he was near his bitch, so we couldn't.
Well.
We're like, damn, fucking Janaea.
Maybe
You and
next time.
she just got finished telling her, don't do the selfie shit. Don't go like
just
literally. We were
And
walking
then right
in the-
after, she kind of felt that vibe. She was like, no, he was saying he grabbed my phone. And she was trying to explain it. I was like, no, we just talked about this.
Tell Janae she's fired.
Talked about this. She should be
Fired.
coming in. Love her to death, but man, that shit.
No, but it's always a selfie. Like instead of doing business, we're thinking like get him in the show.
Yeah.
Let's get some
That's
emergency. You know,
what I'm saying.
she
fuck
went
a
straight
picture.
exactly.
You know how many fucking pictures I done passed up to get to this money and do some real shit. Like, fuck a picture.
Yeah, no, she was
Right.
backwards with that. That's why I was like, man, and you were like, I told you, and I'm just like,
Tell her we can't go in acting like a fan. She gotta
Exactly.
her business too.
Right, exactly. They need to be coming up to you taking pictures and shit like fuck
but
that.
he did repost our little champagne party thing, so that lets you
Oh,
know.
did he?
Yeah,
Thank you. That was nice.
he
Aw.
did.
Well, look at that. Okay, okay. Well, that was good.
Yeah, Keith Washington actually wants to come on the show like in 2 weeks. He said he has a show in Vegas and he wants to come. And you know what? I've never heard him perform in live.
Yeah, he sings.
I don't
good.
even know.
I
I was
like,
like,
look at that.
He's at Love TKO.
That was his
That's what it
song.
was.
That was not his song.
I swear to God, that was his song. Another Love TKO.
That's Teddy
Can we play
Pendergrass.
that? Wait, why did he sing that then?
That's Teddy Pendergrass. I'm like, yeah.
No, they were just singing other.
Oh, well, he
Yeah,
sung
it's
that,
a
so
variety
I'm like,
show.
I don't understand why. I thought that's what he sung.
She was like, "That's him." Oh shit. Who else? Shantae Moore. She was being a diva.
Oh, she was doing what you did to the band. You're messing me up. She actually said that.
That's why rehearsals are so fucking important. Okay, she just got up there and I wouldn't do that. Like,
She was a bitch with it. She
She
wanted
was.
them to stop so that we can hear her vocals. Like,
I know, but ain't nothing wrong with a little. Why was they there then?
they were
What?
messing her up, according to her, because we
I
didn't
think it was
record
probably
her.
her. She hasn't been out there in a long time.
She probably couldn't hear herself with the band behind her, so she
No,
kept
she
going like
heard
this.
herself.
She kept
How
going.
was she doing? Was she performing good or?
She was okay. She was more like talking throughout it. Then she did a little note, and then
Yeah,
was
she told
okay.
them to stop playing the horns behind her note. She was like, no.
Yeah, she was
Stop.
good. Who else? Michael Blackson went up there, told a few jokes.
Was he funny?
He was.
He was funny,
cool.
and the whole time Mishy was like, "I think he's a sock in his pants." I'm like, "Girl, I've heard
he
he had
is
a big
skinny
dick."
and dark.
Oh,
He got no.
I was telling Janae, I was like, you see the imprint? And I don't be like, you
Mishy
know,
was
you
on
was
the
on
imprint.
it. You was on it.
I just happened. I was like, oh.
Damn.
No, Mishy was on it more than anyone, and I actually told him like, "Do you have a sock in your pants?" And he was like,
You're stupid.
"I said, well, she said she sees something hanging, and I heard that."
You stupid.
It was hanging
What
low.
did he say to that?
He was all laughing, and he grabbed her, and then they took a picture together because she noticed before me. I was like, "It hangs very low. I see it there."
I gotta tell you a funny story about Michael Blackson though. We actually did a movie. It was like maybe a year and a half ago. I think Tamara, you were supposed to come too. Remember it was off in
I remember.
Okay, and then remember that's when I was like, oh, you know, with the fake booty, I was like, you know what, let me try it out because of your ass.
I told you to do it.
So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it out on set today. So I brought my little silicone booty with me.
You brought your booty pads?
No, she had the gel thing, right? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, it
I
was
told
like
her
the
to do it.
whole little unit, and I don't do that shit, you know. But I was like, you know what? Let me give it a little
A little swirl.
a little swirl. Let me do what it do. So I went on set. Then they was like, yeah, you gonna play Michael Blackson's girlfriend. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. My name was Trina in the movie. And then like opening into the movie, we had to get out. He had a Lamborghini, so we had to get out the Lamborghini and walk into the house. And right when we're walking, he's helping me up the steps, and then he holds my ass, and I'm like, fuck. He's gonna tell that I got a fake ass on. I was like, shit. But he didn't say shit. He didn't say that.
But how do you know if he told? Because there was.
How do you know? He could tell?
Because
Yeah.
back then, whenever I used to tell you
Was
to
it
do that, because I was
Man
doing
knows
it.
a real ass.
Was
No,
it silicone
the
like rubber?
silicones they don't know. I swear to God, one time I had somebody grow me. He's like, "Oh, that's real ass right there." I was like, "Oh, hell yeah!"
That's why you wear the booty pads, bitch, because the nigga done thought it was real.
She been saying she didn't wear the booty pads the whole time, though. The whole time. The whole time I've been here, you said you never wore them shits.
I did not. I did not say that. No. As a matter of fact, I told you I would tell people how to do it. Remember?
Oh.
We had a show about this.
I don't remember
She
this.
she
Wait,
pledged
Back
allegiance to a
then, this
booty
was
pad.
like in
Nigga, like,
2014. Before, like,
Wow.
I was skinny as hell then.
Now you got
Maybe
ass,
because
so
I
you
wasn't
good.
I got
so used
everything
to it. I
now.
was like, he can tell this shit is fake. He gonna be up in there like, this bitch, this punk motherfucker right here got on a booty pad. Like I can see, I knew it. And I had told him, I was like, you remember I played your girl? He was like, motherfucking Trina. I was like, yeah. And then I was trying to talk to him about the show. And
And then Janaea stepped in with the selfie.
I don't know what happened.
What happened? What happened,
Let's see what
Felicia?
happened.
Oh, he was trying to see what Madam about.
The slang. He trying
Trying to see what Smirk about.
Anyway.
Wait, Tamara,
She
let's
gonna
just
say
say
the
this,
subject.
because you're the queen of booty pads. Do niggas not understand or realize it is? Because if it's really they don't care and they don't realize it, then we should all wear them.
I
We
don't
need
know
it.
what they do, but it ain't never affected anything. I'm gonna tell you that. And then they be like, well, because I think it's only if you don't already have ass.
You said that before.
Yeah, because like I had a little booty. It ain't like I didn't have none at all. And so they really didn't know.
But do you have the diaper one or the silicone one?
I had the silicone one.
No, the diaper one sounds hollow.
I
and the
did.
silicone
I had the silicone one.
Okay, and is it rubbery?
Girl.
Or is it hard?
No, it's soft. It's soft.
Oh, it's soft.
Yeah.
So then he didn't know. He thought it was real.
No, she had the whole unit.
Ask him.
She had
the whole unit, though.
She had the back pad and the and the cup and the thighs.
Yeah. She didn't even have the
No
panties.
booty pad, nigga.
She didn't have the panties with the booty hole cut out. Like, yeah, she even had that. Like,
Why you just
she
slide
didn't even,
it over?
yeah, like,
there was panties in
yeah, like. They come with a whole ass diaper, like you was just talking about, a whole girdle, a whole fucking butt, like a whole butt pad and shit. As soon as you knock it, it's hollow.
To slip out that booty, like
What if you had to slip off all that shit and put it on
Remember, hold up. Remember, I'm gonna get you.
Yes,
sucker.
yes.
She took off her legs. She popped the eyeballs out. She took the wig off.
booty, yeah.
booty,
the
yeah.
titties?
It's crazy what you can do.
But
that
they say,
was-
let me fuck the couch now. Get the couch.
She was basically predicting the future, cause that was the '90s.
She knew.
I didn't know nothing about no booty pads till I saw that.
Right.
You know, and I was a child.
We
We were thinking like maybe it was a man.
right.
You know?
Right.
I can understand a man wearing booty pads, but a bitch, like, you still got what you got between your legs. Why you need to wear a booty pad? He don't care.
Yeah, but I think people are insecure because that's what it came about. I think when people became insecure when everybody was getting their bodies done, everybody can't afford that, so they had to get options for the
But
poor
men have
ass people.
fetishes. I seen a bitch with no titties. I seen a bitch with nothing but nipple, and all kinds of niggas was lined up. For
I
that.
have too. I've seen
So,
real skinny bitches with no nothing.
Oh yeah.
So
What they
I
face
think
look
it's just
like?
pancake boobies out here
What they
getting
face
it.
look
Right.
like?
You know,
I see
it
some
depends on what
pancakes
you want. If you want to try a booty, or
Does she have
you know,
like-
some people that have ass, they don't want it. You know, they
Yeah.
like, I wish I never had.
Well, I
this
heard
and
girls
all
with
that
big
kind of
asses don't know how to ride dick. That's what I heard from multiple guys. Because they're used to getting bent over.
Yeah, and they gotta
You
learn
know?
how to make sure their booty is clean.
Yeah.
Ew!
Yeah.
shit.
I had to think about it. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's where that.
keep their
They don't wipe their booty right?
I mean, you know, it's a lot of sweat going on when
Y'all
you
need
Ew!
to-
Come on now. What?
You gotta get a long crack. You gotta be all the way.
Can you reach your ass crack?
I want to see by a show of hands who in here uses baby wipes.
Don't look at me.
Okay.
No, baby wipes is a necessity.
I'll take showers.
Baby wipes and then toilet paper.
Right.
Hold on.
Yes.
You know, don't look at me like I take showers, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
No,
baby wipes are-
So you take a shit then you shower?
I wash my
You
hands.
take a shit then you shower?
Yeah, and then I shower right away.
Hey, my roommate in college, he did that shit. My roommate in college,
I shower.
Yeah.
my roommate in college, he was brown, right?
And, you know, it's a difference.
No, you need baby wipes now. That's like drinking water. You need it.
You need it. It's a
No,
necessity.
It's only $1. You need it.
I ain't even gonna go into it. We gonna go ahead and cut to this break real quick because
girl
that's
use
gonna
baby
be a
wipes.
whole
So
nother
you got baby wipes.
situation. I can see it coming.
We gonna get our guests.
So
We'll be
this
back.
is Champagne Party, and we are brought to you by Marcus King Presents on Dash Comedy. We're gonna be right back. Hey, welcome back to Champagne Party, brought to you by Marcus King Presents. And before we went to break, we were just talking about the event, the Bill Bellamy and Friends event, how that was. It was nice. It was like a rejuvenating breath of fresh air.
Hollywood Live.
Yes. But before that, I had my first event, Sparkle's Harlem Nights of Comedy. And it was my first one.
That was fun.
It was crazy.
We gotta tell
It
you
was
what's
a
at
crazy
though. At
night.
the Brownstone LA Jamaican Bistro. Y'all gotta check it out.
He said
Mid-City.
not to say bistro.
Well, we gonna say bistro because it's fancy.
It was good. It was nice. It was nice. It was nice. And, you know, it was one of those things that I've been trying to do that shit for like 6 months and whatnot. But all of a sudden it was like I had a dream. And I was like, you know what? Let me do it. 3 weeks. I shouldn't have did it like that, but I did it anyway. Just because I wanted to, you know, I wanted to get it going. So now I'm ready for the next one. Okay?
Trial and error, right?
No, it wasn't trial and error. It was a good event. You know?
But it's still trial and error because you go through it and you learn and then you know what to do next.
Yeah, like I had, like, it opened up a lot of doors for me too. I had at least, 10, 11 comedians that really came through, and they brought some good energy too. And they was like excited about the whole shit, and I was like, damn. I was like, okay. And they was like, you know, they ready for the next one. There was a few of them that didn't get the chance to perform, or whatnot, but and I was really looking forward to them performing. It was like the show kind of ran over a little bit more than expected. So one of the comedians, he got a little carried away. We ain't gonna say no names. But yeah. I was like, what is going on? I was like, wait a minute, what is this? We doing the whole set? I was like, no. But that's why, you know, I wanted him to be the headliner. Now I know. Number 3 or number 4. Now I know why he did that. I'm like, never again. You never again will you give me like that. I'm on it now. But no,
He had a good energy though. He at least, because it seemed like the crowd was trying to talk for a while, but he at least got him focused back in a little bit. So
Yeah, he
it
was
cool,
standing
but
on
I didn't want to disrespect the other comedians. That's why, you know, I had so many and I wanted to keep it. But it was cool because the next one, they going to light that shit up. And I was looking forward to Mike Mizzle. I was looking forward because he's always bringing that energy and everything. So we gonna do it again. And the next one, I'm trying to do a luau. And I'm calling it the Ring of Fire.
okay.
Yeah.
So
that
we
sounds
gonna,
good.
you know, we gotta have that fire. But we got some fire in the building today. We got our special guest, Don Bishop, in the building.
Church, free,
What's happening?
Church 333.
What's going on? How are you?
Hey, green for the money and gold for the honey. It ain't changed none.
See?
But so glad to be here on y'all radio show
Yes.
here in Hollywood. And to have my good friend that's the guest to come with me, Afroman.
And we got
you know.
Afroman in the
Yeah.
building as
Yeah.
well. This
Yeah,
is a
so
special
y'all-
treat.
Afro,
Hold on, the rapper?
motherfucking M-A-N.
Before I got high. Before I got
Okay.
Oh, not before. Damn. Because I got high.
Yeah, you might can pull that up somewhere. It really, it's excited, you know. I mean, wow, like you were speaking about Hollywood Live, that was really super live.
Right.
Yeah, but you forgot to mention, here we had the Motown legend Smokey Robinson.
No,
and
I did say it.
Oh, you
Earlier,
did?
earlier.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry, I missed something around here.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, and you put that on?
No, no, not that one. Who put that one on? Was it Philippe?
Philippe
did that
Darrell.
event with Bill Bellamy.
Yeah. Philippe
Yeah.
used to do the R&B live. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Remember the
yeah,
R&B
from
live?
back in the day.
Yeah, so Philippe
yeah.
and his partners used to do R&B live, so now he's branching off and doing Hollywood live by
Yeah.
himself.
Well, I think it was nice. You
It
know,
was
I
something
think
different.
To do every Tuesday, huh?
They should.
And you know, I had a great time. I got this church caliber, which is the #1 string in the gang. I want y'all to
Oh
know.
no, I've tried it. It's amazing.
What is it?
Yeah.
Let me
It's
see.
called Church Cannabis. We got a whole line of vapes.
It's so good.
Yeah,
Pipes
for
and,
sure going on.
You know, pre-rolls and, you know,
Your joints are
the
so
wraps
good.
and-
Can I see this? Can I
Yes,
see?
you may.
Okay.
And I'm excited about that because, you know, like, you know, we become legal now. And, you know, I tell everybody, all my street corner hustlers, hey, get legal now. They allow you to get legal. I
They
said,
are.
Right, and
So
maybe.
it's time to push. And you
Yeah.
got a brochure and everything. Let me
Yeah,
see
well, you
that.
know,
Let me see
and
it.
like I said, a lot of people on the street like they don't want to really clean it up, but I think it's the best thing to do right now. You can't be the owner, but you can invest and let somebody else take care of that business, and you just get your quarterly cut, you know.
There you go. Okay. I
Yeah, it's
like
going
that.
on, and you know,
got
I-
all kinds of stuff.
Even after the show,
We got champagne.
Afroman got something going on in Long Beach tonight, so it's cracking and lacking around here.
Like, can we
Yeah, well.
sample some of that church after the show?
Why not?
Okay, Bishop. Now, what exactly do you like to go by?
The bishop is cool.
The Bishop.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's cool. Make
Okay.
it short and simple.
Okay, so why don't you give everybody a little bit of your background?
Well,
Where you're from originally?
well, like they say on the DVD, you know what I mean, internationally known and locally accepted.
Yeah.
The Archbishop Don Juan, chairman of the board of famous players everywhere, recently have known it the pimp god of the gang.
Hello.
I was considered the #1 pimp in the country for 13 years in a row. 72 to
Wow.
1985. God showed me an experience in 1985 and had me, you know, give up the life, called the girls and told them I didn't want to pimp no more. 3 years, God blessed me with a church. I was the founder and pastor of Magic Word Christian Kingdom. I spent like 8 years in a Christian Bible school called Moody Bible Institution. It's the #2 Bible school in the country, learning the Word of God. Got a chance to pastor, did evangelist work, go all over the country, speak in college and jails and academy. People just know my pimp work. But I'm telling you, I do some long work too around here.
Hey, transition.
I love that.
I speak in the jails, I speak in college, I speak at sororities. They fly me to different churches, and you know, I do revivals, you know, just sharing, been there, done that. Spiritual advisor to Snoop Dogg, Mike Tyson, P. Diddy, and a few others, you know, people in their life, you know, like I've been through that, I understand the experience, and I really think now, based on how the young rappers are going through things, that they need some serious A&R. Somebody need to consider, you know, their life and really trying to put them on, you know, track. You know, you just can't let people have money and do what they want. Some people,
Right.
some people
They
just
need game.
Well, some people just don't know, and you know, I mean, it's nothing about hating on their money, but you know, when you get a chance to see that they don't have a chance to fulfill their career, they get, you know, live money, and then they, you know, they
Crazy.
start, just go crazy, you know what I mean?
They don't have guidance.
We're doing things, and you know, like I said, it's not at home in this generation, and most people getting taught in the street, and you know, if the street ain't telling them right, you know, they losing it, you know, so that's the understanding that they need more OGs that's, you know, concerned about that. And, you know, like I said, I'm from Chicago, and I'm ashamed of the city because I know we supposed to have some good, strong leaders. I don't know where they at now.
Well, right here. You sit right here.
Oh,
you sit right here. This is Chicago's finest.
I could do my part, but, you know, they got this politician thing, and, you know what I mean, that move things in the community. And, you know, I don't see nobody voicing any opinion about that. And even with this, you know, presidency, you know, this don't seem to be about the people. This is all about financials and, you know what I mean, who got what and different things like that. I haven't heard nothing in this president about who gonna fix the sidewalk.
They're not worried about
is there any jobs in the community?
Bernie Sanders,
you know,
that's it.
Like I said, they took all of the programs away out of
from
the
the
community.
kids.
Like I remember when I was in school, summertime, they had these summer programs where they'd give us like $67 every 2 weeks just to show up somewhere and things like that. I mean, it helps some stay off the street. But I mean, if ain't nothing happen, that means everybody is trying to fight for survival in the house, on the street. I mean, whoever like in the household make it first, bring something home, and that's really not the way to live. But I mean, something need to be did, and a lot of people do a lot of talking, and all that marching ain't nothing. Folks got to make some action around it. And you know, like I say, even with the political thing, police shoot people got to be here accountable for what they do. If you know, if you don't let me continue to steal, kill, and rob, I'm gonna keep doing it. If I don't get chastised for it, there's nothing gonna happen, or I'm gonna get a pat on the back.
Well, you're completely right. There's no activities for the youth like there used to be, and social media keep people on their phone. So now instead of being active physically, you're like just fucking yourself mentally, and there's no guidance. So I really appreciate you bringing that up. Now, shout out to Chicago. I know that you heard that R. Kelly shit.
Oh, wow. You know the thing, you know, we've been friends for, you know, like forever, you know, from the beginning, like, I think this might be the end.
Right.
You know, like, you know, I mean, like I tell anybody, you know, we don't condone that you can't mess with kids like they talk about doing my pimp career and things. When you know what I mean, not able to tell it to a grown-up that you got to grab a child, then, you know, it's another problem here. You know, a lot of guys talking about, oh, I'm pimping on a 12-year-old, 13. Would you really want somebody to have your daughter out there at 10?
Not at all.
What I mean? So people have to get an understanding that it's a problem when these kind of things take place. And it's affecting, you know, our community and
Well,
our
I don't want to cut you off, but do you think that sometimes the parents are soliciting their kids too, though? Because the people with R. Kelly, I feel like the parents was throwing.
They were getting money.
Yeah, they were giving him their kids. Like,
well, no question about it is, but because of somebody give you something, don't mean you're supposed to take it.
Right.
Just like I even said in the pimp game, all money ain't good money.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a
Preach.
true understanding, you know, like, they're not being persecuted. He is, you know, he got to face the consequences of this, you know, and it just seems like at this time that they really want to prosecute, they just doing things. And like I said, if you make the bed, you got to lay in it.
Exactly.
You know, take it like a man, because you did what you had to do.
That's it.
But the thing that I'm against is, why do we have to crucify us?
right.
I don't see none of them people that was marching on R. Kelly down there at Epstein courtroom.
Yep.
I mean, isn't it an organization where they do this to people that do, you know, these things with kids? Why is they not there? See, it's one thing when this is not a racist situation, but it's see that blacks was pushing. You don't see no white pushing for no problem with the Epstein guy. You don't see nobody up there in court.
Yeah, for the preacher, the pastors in the Vatican that were raping little boys, you don't see nobody stopping and going to the Catholic Church.
And you know, I'm a true believer in
crazy.
the
They
Lord.
accepted
I'm a
it.
true believer in the Lord, and I don't condone none of that kind of stuff. But if any denomination need to be disbanded, the Catholic Church need to be disbanded.
Yes.
I mean, seriously.
Preach.
You know, but then, you know, like I said, R. Kelly, all of this is front news. I mean, the feds in and this going on and this going on, people coming up. Somebody just say something and automatically he charged with it. He got to fight it to find out if it's right or wrong. Now the girl said he had her in the room and he got out his clothes and different things.
Too much going on.
But I mean, yeah, it's too much, and it's too much to be doing with a child. You know what I mean? And I would think like anybody that go through these kind of situations that once you get an opportunity, and I say that God gave you a chance to be free and you go right back to the same thing, you have a problem.
Yeah.
And now you have to, you know, you got to face it.
You gotta face
Right.
it.
We just pray for them, and like I said, these people doing more condemning to them. I don't see them stopping the billionaire money. R. Kelly couldn't go to work. They wouldn't let him work out the country. I mean, why would you do that to him? You was talking about he needed child support money, but at the same time, you wouldn't let him go to work to get the money. I mean,
Yeah.
they were truly trying to crucify him. And
Yeah.
people, you know, like I said, I don't condone what he did, and he have to face the music, you know.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, it still have to be some compassion, because the same love that y'all give them other people, you got to give it both ways.
Yeah.
Even in the Bill Cosby situation.
Oh,
and
they fucked Bill Cosby.
Harvey running around here still kicking millions.
Didn't they take his star from him? too?
Yeah, they did.
That's
They took a bunch of
crazy.
awards and accolades from him because 40 years later, girls found out that they went to his room and wanted to fuck, but then he drugged them before they fucked. So that's where the problem was, because they all knew they were gonna fuck when they went to his room.
But did he really drug them, or were they just, recreational?
Yeah, because I blacked out. I'm not gonna tell on the guy that I had sex with when I blacked out.
Well, I think it was a 50-50. Some wanted it, and maybe some he slicked it on. But the person, really. But the person that they used to convict him was the person that he had a sealed, indictment. He had gave over $3 million. He sent it through college and all of these things.
Wow.
And it was, way back. And they went back and got this lady, and brought her to convict him. They could have got a.
They was digging for that.
Well, they could have got even a prettier chick.
Oh, that's crazy.
So
You know
how
what I mean?
what was the most recent incident that he had? Did they know, or is there's not a time where this runs out, or they can
Oh,
just?
the time had ran out, but what they did, went back to court and reopened it.
That's
Oh.
But
crazy.
can they even
She
do
had,
like how?
no, it was
That's crazy.
sealed, everything.
So there's no statute of limitations, basically.
It's the statute of limitation, but I mean,
They have their
the
ways.
powers that be.
They have their ways.
Y'all see things that's going on that naturally, Obama couldn't have done none of this. You know what I mean? So, this is something we witnessing today, in
right.
the 21st century. And I just think that, just like our rappers and entertainers, everybody could do more. I mean, it's just like in this generation, every man for himself and God for us all.
Right.
Cold.
Do you
Now, I
think-
got a quick question for you, Bishop. So you were saying that you had an experience that happened to you that made you want to switch over from pimping, and you went to the church. Can you share with us what that experience was? Because you never know, somebody else could be going through the same thing.
Well, I'm
His
sure there
guidance.
is. I'm sure there is, because God is still saving people. And, coming from the life that I lived, and, to give testimony that God saved you,
Right.
everybody, they clad to my testimony like Paul. Ain't nobody believe in this, And then I did the Oprah Winfrey show, and the lady said on there, yeah, preachers go to do things because they can get more money telling about God than they kids selling them girls,
Wow.
So it was a lot of skeptic, and I had to go through it because, like I said, God showed me experience. It was like I was sitting in the apartment, turning the TV on. Every station seemed to have an evangelist preaching. I'm getting high, I'm smoking some PCP, so I'm tripping for real now, And every channel I turned to, it just an evangelist talking. And then all of a sudden, it just like one was like he was speaking directly to me and saying, I see somebody who had just been saved. Now, I didn't know nothing about this. I respected everybody else's wishes. My mother was into the church, the whole thing, and I believed in God, but I'm pimping, I'm #1 in the country. I'm doing my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, something tell me to get rid of all my weed and the PCP and call the girls and tell the girls that I didn't want to pimp no more. They called me right back and said, why? I said, I didn't know, but something don't want me to do it. Called my mother and I said, Mama, I just been saved. Now, I didn't know nothing about it, but I'm saying this to my mother. She said, well, call this preacher. I said, I don't know no preacher now. So she gave me a number. I called the preacher, and this was a Pastor Chevy in Chicago, some suburb. And he said, I said, I just been saved. I guess it was his hotline or whatever.
Wow.
And he said, I know it. Wow. And it was like, confirmation to me. I mean, all of this new to me. I'm shocked and everything. And it was in '85. And I ain't had a prostitute on the street since then, and I still could. Now,
They all over the place. They out here.
It's totally a denial.
Tell them now, I'm saved.
Yeah, it's a denial.
Do they ask you?
Yeah. But I ain't quit asking women for money now. Don't get that mistake. So what I did is I called the preacher, and he said that I left California, went back to Chicago. I joined this Bible school, Moody Institution, and stayed in there for 7 years. After 3 years, God said he was going to give me a church. He gave me a church. I pastored the church. We had a great time. People came from everywhere. Some of the prostitutes came in the church. They couldn't stay. They tried, my family, we was like a cussing, fussing, arguing kind of family. They become nurses and ushers and choir members in the church, and it was totally an experience, and like I said, and I started carrying the Bible, and I just kept it with me till I learned it. I used to go in the club, sit it on the bar, people start moving over, everything, what I mean? I mean, you have to go through something, just to prove that this is really what it is, and
Right.
Like I said, I ain't lost a beat. I still give people game and understanding about doing things right, But I never thought that I wouldn't want to play it no more. At least not while I was alive, because even when I was into it, the whole frame of saying was pimp or die. And that's really how I felt, that I was going to pimp till I died.
Wow.
And at the time God came into my life, I was still like, 30 toes down, that's 3 girls. And I was still doing my thing, So I was on top of the game at the time it happened, and so.
Do you think hoeing is harder now than before? Do you think like hoeing was easier back then? Like now it's harder?
Well, hoeing is up to the individual. It's only hard to how you feel and how you manipulate and do your thing. Maybe it's hard to somebody new that don't know about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's the gift of the gab, right?
Yeah, but what you're saying is, is it easier maybe to still do that and get money and everything? It's not the same, like I said, there's a lot of things that then, took over, especially on the street level, they computer-wise now, all in the hotels.
That's what I was going to say,
So, and then they all in the strip clubs and, until they make it big, and then they on TV and love and hip-hop.
Revolutionary hoes. These are revolutionary hoes.
Right.
That's where the new hoes are at, though. That's the truth. You ain't lying.
They're getting their own shows now.
Yeah.
The tricks come out when you get on TV.
Okay.
They start waving their checkbook when you get on TV. Come on, man.
But you know what?
That's why we need reality
that I
TV.
have recognized, really for every black man that's in power, that's got some understanding, they gonna put him on a rap sheet. They gonna break him down. I don't care who it is.
Mm-hmm.
They must. It's part of the system.
Yeah.
I mean, we put ourselves sometimes in situations, but it's gonna happen. They have to have the black man on record. You know, they even trying to get you now about 6, 7 years old to fingerprint you and everything. They won't keep up with all of us. They want to, you know.
They want to put chips in you and all
and
kind of things.
where they trying to start that where you don't have to punch in no more. You just do your chip by the clock.
That's crazy.
Don't you think that's the mark of the beast, like it says in the Bible?
I believe
That's
all
what
of,
I think
I
so.
think all of that is directed toward that. I mean, technology, we thought more so would help, but it's more so hurting.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, people trying to be something that they're not.
Yeah.
And it's corrupted homes, breaking up family, relationships, because somebody seen somebody else say that they thought they were living that kind of life.
Mm-hmm. Everything's more accessible today. That's, you know, and sometimes that's not a good thing.
Well, that's why relationships don't really last, because this generation don't care. They not about that. They not compassionate about that. They haven't been taught love.
Well, we need
We
you to
don't
help
care
these
about
men out
nothing.
here. We need you to help these men out here. We need you to be the lean reader for all these men because they need the guidance. Now, women do too, don't get me wrong, but we need you to step up and get these generation of men acting right.
Well, the thing about it is, women,
A movement.
women must understand that they've been misdirected in later years, because, you know, one time they would have an understanding about leaning on men. No, women are too, today independent. You know what I mean? More or less leaning on their job, on the white man and everything. You
Now
just
what-
cut their man clearly out of it. I mean, you know, even though it ain't a good thing, it was a time that a husband and wife could really have a good fight and be together. The day they completely split them up. They don't even give them a chance to
They
try to
kicking
go
them
back.
out the door.
Yeah, they make the female right away say, get him out of here, we ain't coming back, you know what I mean, just think
They're
of the
like,
truth.
damn.
When at one time, they would really patch it up right there.
Right.
You know, so it's so many things, like I said, all odds against the black man. He trying to do what he can to fulfill the black female desire, but it's hard because there's a lot of pressure.
Is he
on
really,
them.
Bishop?
Yeah, because I'm gonna say they
Yeah,
need to step
yeah,
up a little more.
yeah.
A black
Right,
man
you know
need to
what?
step
Yeah,
up a little
but-
more.
We
Yeah.
gonna cut to break real quick because we gonna talk about
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but when you cut the break, let them know it take two now.
this. You hear that? Bishop said it take two, okay? So this is Champagne Party. We're about to cut to a little break, and then we gonna get Afroman in here involved and see what his thoughts about this are
Preach.
as well, okay? Brought to you by Marcus King Presents on what?
Dash comedy.
La, da, 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 da.
Hey, welcome back to Champagne Party. We got some special guests still in the building. We got Bishop, and we also got Mr. Afroman.
All right, but guys.
Yes. We were just talking about relationships real quick, men, and we just left off about, what were you saying, Bishop, about?
Well, I was speaking that it takes two, you know, I mean, I was saying it was men out there trying to do the best they can, but we really need that cooperation from the female in order to make it happen, especially now. And she the queen, and she have to respect the man as the king. Let's get back to these kind of things, and men got to step up and pull their pants up to show that they are kings, you know, and you know, just need that support. What you think?
Top flight.
Yeah, I think like this. I didn't realize it's somebody for everybody. So you know what I'm saying? If you a man that talk a lot, there's a woman that's quiet that'll make a good match for you. You know what I'm saying? If you a woman that talk a lot, it's a dude that'll just kick back and let you go, and he a good match for you. I think people need to learn they self, love they self, then they can, you know, give love. If you love yourself, you can give it. How can you give something you ain't got? You know what I'm saying? So you love yourself, and you study yourself, and then you find out what you need, and you just don't go out there and just randomly pick a person,
Yeah.
and then you get a good match. You
But
know?
sometimes a good match is when both the female and the male, you know, they interchange. It's not just one's quiet, one's talkative. When they both can have a deep conversation together.
Yeah.
Then there's the person that wants that.
Yeah,
Right,
but just
right.
like you said earlier, but you know, it's so many women's independent now. I mean, it's so easy now for people to walk away. See, people used to be at homes and be a relationship and would really put something into the relationship. Now, I mean, I posted something earlier today. While you snoozing, sleeping overnight, people are trying to get a new relationship. They don't care. And like Afroman said earlier, love. These people haven't been taught love.
Yeah.
And when you haven't been taught that and given that, you don't know how to give that back.
Right.
So it's a little harder for this generation to really understand about this thing called love because, I mean, they come up under survival. Me, like old school people, is raised on love, but this generation raised on survival, trying to make it happen, pay the bills. I mean, it's an economy thing to the bus right now in the community. And, I mean, things are happening. And, you know, like I said, it's getting even harder and harder. They're taking away the jobs, they're closing the schools. Now, this is in the black community. So we don't have no jobs, and we uneducated. What we gonna do but rob, steal, and kill?
But where do you think the money is going when people do, you know, give back? Like, you know, when they give like money, they donate. Like, where is it going? Like,
Well, like I tell the
In the
professionals,
pockets.
you know, if you, you know, like I can't understand, you know, like a preacher, you know, these guys gotta understand, you know, Snoop and, you know, LeBron James and
Drake?
Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson and all of, you know, even Dr. Dre, you know what I mean? See, a lot of people give to these charities that give them prestige. That don't reach down to 63rd and Crenshaw. It stopped, like we was talking, at
Yeah.
the Catholic Church
Right.
and divided among them. Now, if you want to give, you go in that community. You take some of them bills from some of them people and pay it directly.
right.
Put a few dollars in their hand. This is what you do.
Right.
You know, this is what people know about when folks in the community used to have turkey drives. I still do that every year. Do what I can. You know, if everybody do a little bit, you ain't got to give 1,000.
Right.
Give 20 turkeys. You know, give 10. Any little bit help. But a person think that they got to do 100, then they wind up not doing nothing.
Right.
You know, but I think if you gonna give something, give it in that community where you know people need it.
Right.
It'll be a long time if they did reach out to them in the community for they to get it. Most of the people beat in OD, went to jail,
Yeah.
did a lot of other things.
But
Take it upon yourself.
Do you
to
think
go
because
to the
Nip
community.
did it, Nip did give back, do you think that that scares the government? Because when you see somebody from the hood giving back to the hood, it's like a threat to their plan.
Well, it is a threat because they want to divide us.
Yeah.
And you know, if you hungry, you don't have no job, you're easily to be enticed to do something that they want you to do if it means corrupting your own community
Right.
just for their purpose. You know, so
They want
like,
the community to kill each other off. They don't want it to exist at all.
well, if you take everything away from us and we really have to depend on you, then we really got to do what you say more so. And abide by your rules, even if it means disgracing us, knocking us down. You know, that's why I said it ain't no leader. The most feared, I say, organization with the Black Panthers ever of
Yeah,
the white
yeah.
man. Because they were teaching people how to do for themselves, feed their own, and you didn't have to rely like that. Come on, Afroman, you got to show
Yeah.
them how you got to skin that game back.
I'm trying to learn. I'm letting you talk. So that's what's going on.
So you got a show tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where is it? Let everybody
It's
know
gonna
what's
be
going
in
on.
Long Beach. I gotta find out myself.
Oh, you don't know? You
You
don't already
know,
have it on the TV?
Yeah, I gotta find out with my show. Google it and let me know so I ain't late. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
And you would think now, you know, based on the way things go, people can't do without their phone. I mean,
Man.
we come up with a phone that, you know, the pay phone on the corner, and if they didn't catch you at home, you wasn't gonna get caught. I ain't none of that until the voicemail came. I mean, it was straight up, if you don't catch me at home, we missed the call.
Yeah.
And you know, people wasn't affected by it. It happened
Yeah.
when it
Nowadays,
happened. Right
people
now,
losing-
oh,
is
you leave
losing
your
their
phone,
mind.
you turn, fly back home to get your phone like you just need it like that. I mean, it's a problem going on.
It is.
Yeah.
so
It is.
Bishop, go ahead and tell the listeners about the church strand.
Well, I told her I got the #1 strain in the gang. I'm a connoisseur of weed. I've been smoking weed for, you know, most people out there listening was born, you know.
And where can they find it? They can find it.
What is it, www, what is it, .church.333.
Okay.
Y'all get the number one string, and not only to get it to smoke it, it's in some dispensaries around California, at least 10 that I know about. And don't just get it to smoking. There's a time now, economy thing where you can invest in marijuana. Y'all be thinking about investing. Some of y'all can't run the company, but you can invest and get your dividends every quarter. You know what I mean? It's a smart move to make, players, and I'm giving y'all some free game out there because y'all know it's to be sold and not told. But y'all can thank this Dash radio station right here for letting y'all get this game, man. I gotta do it, man, out there.
Preach, church.
And Bishop, let everybody know where they can find you on social media, where they can follow you.
The Don Juan Show. That's at
You know, for
Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Okay.
And email the Don Juan Show at yahoo.com. Don't forget the Players Picnic coming up September the 1st right here in Los Angeles, California. It's like a 4-day weekend. We party all weekend. Bring the kids. We got back to school backpack. We're giving out school supply. It's my way of trying to give back. It'll be right at Rancho Golf Course Park, right there on Motor and Pico. Come on out, bring the kids, bring your tent, bring the grill. This gonna be a mighty good village.
Y'all heard that September 1st.
Players
y'all.
Picnic.
And Afroman, where can everybody find you?
Yes, I'm an OG Afro man. You know what I'm saying? If you're a true fan, you can go to Instagram.com/OG Afro Man.
Hey.
Yeah, OG Afro Man, OG Afro Man 83 on Facebook. Yeah.
All right, well, it was nice having you guys. We're going to go ahead and cut to a break, and we want to get some pictures.
Yeah,
Okay?
pictures of some of that church.
Some of that
333.
church.
We gotta do it.
You guys are listening to Champagne Party. We're going to cut to a little break real quick, and we're going to be back with our next guest, Mr. Charles Allen.
Afro motherfucking M-A-N.
Grow or to take their career from one level to the next. So opportunity comes before personal interest. So if somebody knows you do something special or if they know you're a part of something, they'll be more inclined to talk to you like, oh, he's the person that can put me on with blank. So it's not personal. So sometimes you can get your feelings into a situation where somebody just sees you as a come up.
Yeah.
And for that reason, in Hollywood, wherever you want to call it, it's difficult because you never know who's who.
Right.
So,
I can imagine as a man, especially.
yes.
What you said?
Definitely.
We have the cameraman doing the side joke, so.
Uh-oh, sorry. What y'all talking
Alicia's
about?
back in the house. Thank you.
What's
Thank you
going on?
for abandoning us.
Abandon? What you talking about? What y'all talking about up in here?
We were talking about dating in LA.
Oh,
Is it difficult for being in the entertainment business and dating?
And people thinking that you can possibly be their future come up
Oh.
to get ahead in the business.
They were saying, was it difficult to date? I was, you know what I'm saying, I was single or whatever, or dating or whatever. But, and
So
I was
you're
saying
single
how
or you dating?
I'm singly dating. But listen, to me, single means married or not married.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
it does,
So,
it does.
I'm not married, so I'm single.
But you can be committed and not married.
They didn't say committed, they said single.
So
You just all with your terms
I'm
like.
like a lawyer /
I know.
If comedy don't work out, I'm going to take the bar, brother.
this summer. Big Sean just came out with a song called "He's Single Again."
It's a hot
Yeah,
chocolate
and
nigga
I
summer.
actually like it too.
Wow, so he officially gave up on Janae Aiko. I thought they was
I
trying
thought
to
they were
work some
trying to
shit
work it out,
out.
yeah.
I don't know.
Who, Big
He
Sean?
dropped a song called "Single Again," so I don't know.
I could have swore I just seen something on YouTube where they were talking about them trying to work it out. So I don't know.
Might be doing that for record.
We want him to work it out. That's the thing.
There's too many girls that want to be with someone else's man though. That's the fucked
Yeah.
up part. Like
Right.
they don't want to find their own. They want Jenny and Nico's man.
Right.
Jenny,
They don't
Jenny
want
and
the
Nico.
company.
Whatever the fuck. They want everyone else's
Jenny
man
and
besides
Nico.
their own.
I'm so mad. They fucking up
But
her
men
whole
don't
name.
too. Men want somebody else's girl. Like how
They
you
do.
see, like
Or someone
Nelly
else's
got
man.
Floyd Mayweather's girl.
Floyd done got all his women stole from him by different people.
That's
Or maybe
a
he
shame.
gives them up and then they swoop
Right.
him up. I don't know how that works, but
But you know Floyd was fucking his friend's girl and his friend killed her and him.
yeah.
Himself.
Oh,
Oh,
remember that.
right.
That was my old photographers
God.
in his apartment right next door. I was
That's
shooting I was shooting some stuff like 2 days before that mess happened, and he hit me up the right when it happened. I was like, "Shut up!"
Yeah.
I was like, "What?"
She's like a really good dancer. She was really beautiful. That's
She
so
was on
crazy.
Hit the Floor.
Yeah, like that. If that'll
But it
make
was
you change your
definitely-
lifestyle, I don't know what would. You know.
I agree.
Wow. So her boyfriend killed her, and then he killed himself.
Yes, and FaceTime Floyd
Right.
Wow.
because he found out Floyd was fucking his girl.
That's crazy. That's
Wow.
deep.
Now, were they on something when this was happening?
Was he on something?
Was he on something?
I mean, he was on the drug called love. It sounds like.
Wow.
That's powerful.
It is.
I wanted to make a
Charles.
comment.
Oh,
Oh,
go
you
ahead.
gonna
No, go ahead. Make your comment.
To the people that follow, if you can hear this, if y'all hear me, listen to me right now, that you follow Champagne Party. Okay, most of the time you see people and they don't look the same as they do in their pictures. I just want to let y'all know these ladies of Champagne Party look way better than they look in their pictures and their videos. Y'all, and I'm not just saying this because I want to come back on the show again. I do want to come back on the show again, but listen, ain't no photoshopping going on none of the Champagne Party pictures, website, none of that. I didn't even get all y'all names. I just was kind of shotgunned in here. I wanted to see who I'm sitting next to. I know Tamara, Felicia.
Why go by
Uh,
Spark?
Sparkle, I'm sorry.
Oh, why you say it like that? Like it's
Right.
something.
She go with that voice. That's $7.99 voice.
$7.99.
Sparkle, 79.
Cash out.
A minute, okay? $7.99 a minute. Don't get it twisted.
Cash out,
Hey.
Zelle.
Hey, y'all, we have the male guests that come in here, you know, they don't tell their lady ahead of time where they're going. They just be like, oh, I'm going to do a radio interview.
Yeah, they don't.
And then
No.
it comes out. They be like, wait a minute, you didn't
You know
tell
what,
me
though?
this.
There's like
Right,
four
right,
females
right.
up in there.
The
Yeah.
ones that do tell him, the bitch comes with them. And they're
Exactly.
standing right there.
And she be like, I'm his manager right now. What's the
That's
next
exactly what
one?
they do.
What time is our interview?
We have one. I think one guy. I'm not gonna say any names, but the woman that he was dating was in the lobby, and he told us he was single when he was on the thing.
Oh, yes.
I didn't say single, I just said not married.
Hot
I was
ass
like, wait
mess.
a minute, who is that in the other room then? Oh, no, that's just, you know.
After the
I'm
show,
like,
I was trolling, and I went through. Oh, that is his girlfriend.
He
Like,
said a really, 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 really good friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's my good friend.
Y'all be having
I know who
dudes
you're
like
talking about now.
Sunshine on Harlem Nights. Put your mommy on the phone. I'm never coming home again.
Wow.
Oh.
It was good to
We
have.
don't.
It's
We
good
don't
to
do
be
it
here,
like
though.
that.
Thank you for coming, and thank you, Charles Allen. He's one of the comedians that hit the stage for my comedy show, Sparkle's Harlem Nights of Comedy, and he had it, eat it, you know. Okay, so
You know.
Charles Allen is about that shiznit. So y'all better
Thank
give it
you, I
up.
appreciate
When
that.
do you have a next show coming?
You know what? It's funny you bring that up. That was my next pitch. I'll be
His
performing.
bitch. I'm not messing with him in these pictures.
Hey, I'm a businessman.
Come on, pitch. Go ahead.
I'm performing at the Sycamore Tavern on August 22nd, which is a Thursday. I'll be doing that show.
It's in
with
LA?
Trey Kevelo. Yes, it's
Okay.
actually right around the corner from where we are. It's on
You've been
Sunset and La
there.
Brea.
have.
Yeah, it's the show. The host we
Omar
hosted on
does
Monday
his
nights.
show.
Shout out
Oh, yeah,
Omar
okay.
Gooding and the whole Family Time crew, Bentley Evans. Shout out to everybody.
Is it on a Monday? Is that
This one's on a
Wednesday?
Thursday.
Oh, okay. So that's, okay,
Yeah, so
awesome.
it's the show for the club, the actual club itself.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
looking
she
at-
always
I
get
got
on the
some,
phone.
I got some content that I'm putting out too, so if y'all don't mind, at some point I wanted to talk about.
Let's get it.
I've been telling him. He told me he gotta get ready.
I did. See, she was like,
Oh.
look, I want to promote, I want to push this. I got to do webisode, a series that I wrote it and produced it, so it's my first whatever. Like I've been writing for other people's shows, and shout out to all the people that put me on and gave me an opportunity to eat. But I want to branch off and do my own thing. So I put out my first web series. You know, I created it, wrote it, directed it. I didn't direct it, but I just put it out there. So I want to bring it to another level. So I was trying to get my camera ready so people can know, support Crazy in Love. The web series. I want to get everything ready.
So tell us a little about Crazy in Love.
Crazy in Love is a romantic comedy. It's loosely based off my life. It's loosely based off my life as a comedian being in Hollywood. Some of the stuff is like a stretch, and you know, it's basically I meet this girl, she's the girl of my dreams, but I'm not living up to the standard that I need to be living, so I make that up by lying to her in the beginning. Basically, the dude is an ex-stripper, and he...
Oh, wait, extra for girls or men?
Are you the stripper?
Look, he's
I'm
all.
from the other side of Hollywood.
Are you the
I'm not
stripper?
saying that in a bad way.
Are you the stripper?
Yes,
in the show? Okay.
I play
Okay,
an
okay.
ex-stripper, but no, it's for. It's funny
No,
you
no,
say
I
for.
play the stripper.
Hold on.
Ex-stripper.
Question.
So you're taking it off.
Why is the first thing you said is for men or women?
That's
Let us know.
Are you
It's a-
stripping for men or women? We want to know.
Is that? I guess that's a legitimate question. Listen,
Like what?
Nowadays,
What?
yes.
listen. I just don't want to give it away. All right.
Damn.
It starts
Okay. It's for men. Okay, keep going.
No, it's not for men. It's for women, but a man shows up to the party. See, you just gave away one of the episodes, so that's why. But anyway,
Well,
yeah, a man shows up
I'm
to
in
the
your
party.
mind. I'm in your head.
And yeah, right. He trying to get the dude's trying to get his rent money, and his dude shows up. And then, yeah, so it's just
Did
a
he
bunch
get
of
the
crazy
rent
stuff.
money?
You gotta see. You gotta watch. You gotta
You
watch
done
it.
went from a web series to a porno. That's
Rent
all.
is due.
Well, rent is due, right? So you gotta do whatever you gotta do to get that rent.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna tell us no more, huh? You
No.
like,
I like it. The morals go
It's,
away.
it's not a gay male porno.
I
It's
got
not.
all
It's a comedic web
Charles,
series.
I got all these visuals going through my head right now. I see you standing on the couch dancing and the man
Right.
throwing money at you.
Nah,
And you just enjoying it. You like,
I think you like the emasculation of that vision in your head, but no, it's not at all.
I don't like it though. I don't like it.
Good. I'm
But
glad
that
you don't
doesn't
like
happen
that.
though, right?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, good.
I'm glad you don't like
Good.
that.
Okay. Okay. They said we was getting caught up in this conversation, but we
See,
gonna go
but
ahead and.
then you gotta watch the show. See, now
Yeah,
you
we
then you
do.
really gotta see how it would end
You're
up.
gonna-
That's just a small scene in it though.
We're gonna come back and get all that extra info on that show because now I gotta see the whole thing.
Yes,
'Cause I want to know what
and
happened.
listen, it's gonna blow up too. I'm telling y'all, Crazy in Love. This is
Crazy
the first
in
season.
Love, like Beyonce and
It's gonna-
Jay-Z.
it's gonna take
We
off.
about to take a little break, and we're gonna come right back with Mr. Charles Allen, comedian, and also writer and
Writer.
producer. Okay. And we'll be right back. Brought to you by Marcus King Presents on Dash Comedy. Back to Champagne Part. Ooh, I almost forgot our name. Champagne Party, everybody. And we got our special guest, Mr. Charles Allen,
What up, what up,
comedian,
what up? What's up,
actor,
everybody?
writer, producer. What else you do? Do you dance?
I already told you I was a stripper on the video on the
okay.
on the
In
Crazy
real life?
Love
In real
episode.
life?
No, not in real life. No, I
Okay.
didn't strip.
Okay.
So you
I'd
didn't,
probably
you
be
didn't
like a
reenact any scenes of stripping?
I'd be a good nursing home stripper or something like that. What?
You didn't reenact any scenes of stripping with like a little alligator underwear on or
You know
something?
what? Damn it, Charles. We need a sample.
Yeah, and the alligator
DJ
teeth
West.
going right around my crotch. Shout out to the DJ, by the way. You
Yes.
killing me right now. I don't know. They didn't tell me.
Can we
that.
get some stripping music? We want to get a little sample from Charles for
Ah.
what's on the web series.
Yeah, what you gonna do?
Can
on
you
the
give
web
us
show?
just a little
I'll give y'all
sample?
bit. I'll give y'all some.
Ah,
Yeah,
he about to give us
That's
my
what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Hold on, let's see this shit.
Oh,
shit! Go ahead, Charles, get it.
Come on, dance on one of us.
Look at Sophia, dance on her.
Go ahead, Sophie.
Hey. Okay, wait, stand up right there. Hold on, we want to see your foot.
Hold on, y'all don't
Look at
know. Hold on, he got a
Sophia.
Tony going right now. Y'all can't see this right now. And Sophia's
Y'all
right
gotta
here.
wait till Sunday. Y'all
Right on the
gotta-
edge of her
y'all
seat.
see
Wait,
on
Real looking
Champagne
at
Party
me real
TV.
judgmental right now. She making me real conscious of my body right now.
No, I'm looking down there.
She wants you to dance
She's
on
looking
it.
down there.
Hey, Sophia pulls titties out, bro. Sophia pulls titties out.
Looking for the print.
I want the print.
Eyes up here, Sophia. Eyes up here. My eyes are up here.
Look at her.
He said it's a Me Too shit.
Is it tucked? No, I'm just messing.
Right
Is
there
it?
is a me 6. But anyway.
Damn.
Hey.
6 is her limit. 6 is her limit.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Y'all are crazy.
6 is her limit.
Right, but you put on the most male strippers
Right.
somebody could buy.
Round and round. Round and round, part 13 of
Round
it.
and round. Wait.
Wow.
Now,
Wow.
You mean round and
oh,
long?
I'm like, what we
And thick?
We gonna be in trouble?
Who's
We gonna
round?
take it there.
Who's round?
One at a time.
Huh?
Who's round and round? Where
That's just
We
like
get
some
excited, huh?
West Coast production.
So they're trying to say how big is it? That's what they want to know.
Oh, damn.
How big is it?
Ooh.
Is it a 6?
Charles said it
Or
gets
is
the
it a
job
12?
done.
I think
That's on a need to know. That's on a need to know basis.
I think we need
Sophia needs to know.
Yeah.
Sophia needs to know.
And you know what I feel like? Any dude that brag about what he doing, ain't really doing it.
It's
You
so
know?
That's true.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Bob Johnson ain't bragging about money because you know.
You can usually tell the ones that are doing it because
When you got $38 in the bank, you got to stunt. You feel me?
Right.
If you got 38 million, you hiding because you don't want nobody to, you know.
the ones that are doing it are really cocky usually. Like they're quiet.
I ain't
they're
gonna
laid
brag.
back.
Right.
I ain't giving a fuck about bitch, you know, because they know they got that.
I don't
thunder.
get no complaints, but you know.
That thunder from down under. I just want to say that because it rhymes.
Yeah.
So.
Cause it
Black
rhymes.
Cowboys.
Oh, Lord.
Representing the Texas Black Cowboy Association. This is not a
Oh,
cowboy.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're from
Well,
Texas?
okay.
Mhm.
What part of Texas?
Houston.
Okay.
Oh, that's where my family's from. I
town.
have a lot of family from
Really?
Houston.
Third Ward.
I don't know.
I was gonna say I probably broken their house back in the day.
Oh,
you used to be a thief?
No.
You was robbing people? You got a life story you want to tell us about?
You
No.
don't have to tell us what did you do?
Statute of limitations.
No, I didn't. I never broke it.
What kind of child were you?
I was just devious.
Yeah, all comedians are.
I used to steal, but I was scared to get in
All
trouble, so I wouldn't
comedians
steal nothing more than some now and laters or something like that. But I wouldn't.
Yeah. How did you get into comedy?
Home invasion and then like I don't. You I walk in the courtroom, the judge be like, "He didn't break in nobody's house. Get out of here, boy. You
Little
feel
face.
like you should be doing taxes."
What made you want to be a comedian? Like, when did you start? How did you start?
Your friend Anthony, Aunt Diggity, shout out to him. He was one of the main influences for me doing this new series and pushing this series out.
What?
He was
You
like,
influenced somebody?
well, he saw me writing on set, you know, and like it was going really well. You know, it goes really well when we do it. And he's like, man, why don't you do your own thing? And I was like, well, I'm just kind of overwhelmed with the TV stuff. And he's like, man, you got to do your own thing or you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life.
Wow.
And you know, because Teddy Pendergrass started off in the group and he was writing all the songs, but he didn't really blow up until he branched off on his own. And for this, what I'm doing right now for Crazy in Love, for this series, what's about to take off, Ant had a lot to do with pushing me out there to do my thing.
Shout out, Ed. Look at him.
Yeah, Diggity.
You know how you get overwhelmed by something you've been doing for a while and you don't want to break that routine? You're like, And he was just like, he was persistent. He was like, nah, man, you got to write your own stuff. Write your own stuff and put it out there. Push it. So now I'm in push it mode. I'm in grind mode. But how I got into comedy in the first place, it just kind of chose me because I used to do these characters and I used to put it on. Back then we had cassette tapes. I really aged myself. It was on cassette tapes, man, and I would send these tapes all around, and it kind of went the '90s version of viral, where everybody wanted a copy of the tape because there wasn't no share and like back then. But and the next thing you know, and then one of the tapes ended up at BET Studios. And in 2004, I was on Coming to the Stage on BET. Didn't have no material. I just did like 4 or 5 characters. It was horrible, but they saw potential, and I got a manager, and that was it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
I almost got booed. Like I think that was the first time I cried as an adult.
It's okay. Take it like
That show was so bad, and I was so glad. Like shout out to BET for not airing that, because they could have really made me look like one of them people on American Idol that sucked. Like I could have been like that.
Was that the first time you ever had that experience?
Where I was
Where you
terrible.
felt like you bombed? Yeah.
Yeah, where it was that bad. Yeah, it was definitely, that was up there.
Now, did it take you a while to get back on stage, or you just got right back on it?
I don't know. I did a lot of drugs after that night. Let me think.
Lord.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm just being serious. I was in a mound full of cocaine. No,
I'm just being serious.
I'm messing with y'all. I did black out on a lot of that. Oh, you talking about, yeah, right.
That's what comedians do. They just laugh.
But
Now
no,
you
I
got me
did.
confused. Now I'm looking at you. Did he?
I didn't. But I did. I hit the ground running. I had one of those attitudes where it's like, if you in a fight and somebody knock you down, you ain't gonna stay down because they gonna really knock you down. So I just like got back up on stage, and I was like, I knew I didn't have no material, so I had to push myself into it and be like, look, you out here now. You came all the way 1,200 miles. Ain't no going back home, working at Blockbuster, aging myself again.
Wow.
But it
It's
ain't no
okay.
going back
Black
home.
don't crack, you know.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment. What's your name? No.
Well, some black people do crack, like he just said he might have, but
I don't do crack. Crack is cheap. Chuck. Crack is for broke people.
Crack is
Smoke
whack.
crack.
Y'all are crazy. So what's next after you do this web series? What's your ultimate goal that you wish to accomplish?
At some point, this web series is going to open the door to the next phase of my career, which is, because I've been doing this a long time, the next phase of my career is to write, produce on a network level for TV and whatnot. I'm always going to tour and do stand-up, which is my passion, but my career is built around writing and producing. So, you know, and I want to...
Let me know if you ever need some writers.
I was about to say.
no doubt.
I was about to say the same.
I've been on it.
And this, yes, and this is the level where, see, before we level up, I really feel like we are, if you pray for something and you trying to take your career to another level, I really feel like there's a level where you meet the people that are meant to be with you at the next level, and you let go of the people that's not meant to go with you. Some people you can't take them with you.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's better to lose a friend over $10,000 and find out who they are now than to lose them when you get $10 million.
Yeah.
Because like, man, I'm glad I found out who you were at this level. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of in that transition. I feel it, like I know it's happening. So I'm just going with it. I'm like, man, that's really disappointing. I lost this person. I lost that opportunity. But they was going to keep me from going to the next level.
Right.
I had to
Or they might pop out the woodworks, you know, when things go
That's
good.
what always
They be like, oh,
That's what-
hi, remember
When things
me?
not going
Right.
how it's supposed to go or planned, then people start to dwindle away. But that's when
Right.
you need to focus and
Right.
pay attention.
Right.
Because when you back popping or on it or whatever, then they want to creep around. You got to be like, no,
Right.
because that's
Exactly.
you need genuine people around you when
Mhm.
you going to that next level.
And that's the easy part is the people that are, hey, remember me, or the people that's coming around. Those are
Right.
the easy ones. It's the ones that are, I've been your friend since day one. I've been by your side since day one. Who you gonna be when it's $20 million and you know,
Right,
like,
right.
who you gonna be then? Like,
You hear that? Who you gonna be then when $20 million is involved?
right.
So Charles, let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
I'm on all social media platforms at Charles Allen 79. That goes for Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Excuse me.
Clear
Sorry,
your throat.
I hit the mute button. I hit the mute button. Charles Allen 79 and Facebook comedian Charles Allen.
Okay. I am Madam Sparkle on IG and also Champagne Party _.
Sophia Elizabeth, SOPHIA, 2 underscores PHIA on Instagram.
And I am the fierce one, the fierce, the underscore, and number 1.
And Janaea, Miss Janaea, MSJANAEA on Instagram.
And you guys are rocking out to Champagne Party. Thank you to our special guest, Mr. Charles Allen. Make sure you guys check out his web series coming through. Love Don't
Crazy in Love.
Crazy.
Crazy Love. Love don't live here anymore, girl. Love don't live here anymore.
Yes, love don't live here anymore. Love don't cost a thing. Crazy in Love. Beyonce and Jay-Z. And we are out. Tune in every Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. _radio -comedy. Marcus Kingston.
Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all very much.
Hey, if you need some talent, we here.
They not talented though.
Let me know. Yeah, this is really good though.
You know what I'm asking about.